Hey, 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 June Hollingsworth here, saying hi to YouTube and now to Facebook people. I'm going to wait for some of you all to come on Monday Night Live, and I am ready to go. I'm going to try looking both cameras tonight. Trying to get my lighting. I'm somewhere else in my house, as you can see, because I've been doing a lot of filming lately. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best place. So I have been having a little trouble with some pop-ups, so I hope I don't have them pop up on this live stream tonight. So I'm just going to wait a little bit for you guys to come in. Hi, Aunt Real, I see you. Yeah, I can see some people popping in on Facebook. So I'm just saying hi to you as you come on. As usual, we're going to start out one place and end up somewhere else tonight. God gave me something to talk about to help us know that when things don't look the way we want them to look. Hey, Deborah, it doesn't mean that they're not going to work out. Hey, Katrina, I see you guys are doing YouTube and Facebook. Yay! Saying hi to all my replay viewers on YouTube and on Facebook. It's good to see you guys getting on tonight. Hey, Linda, YouTube was a little faster than Facebook. So that's one thing I like about YouTube, that it's faster. Someone asked me, please don't stop broadcasting on Facebook, because I said I was going to leave Facebook, but we'll see. But I'm going to give the announcement that I always give, because I like to support the Transform Prayer Call. You guys have to forgive me. I'm going to be looking back and forth in both cameras tonight, since I'm doing both and not just YouTube. But all of you that come on and join the Transform Prayer Call Monday through Friday at 6 a.m., you know the number is 302-202-1108. Some of you that are new may not know, so I'll repeat it. It's 302-202-1108. And the passcode is 523025. Hey, Kamitha. And great speakers, Monday through Friday. They speak for like about 30 minutes, 35 minutes or so, and then they open up the line and let you speak, which is different for a prayer call, and it's awesome. You can give a testimony, you can ask for prayer requests, or just make a comment on the lesson. And so on Monday, Kamitha Games is the speaker. On Tuesday, it is Valerie Neal. On Wednesday, it is Lakeisha Lofton. On Thursday, thank you for the thumbs up, it's Keisha Allen. And Friday is Jackie Frazier, and they do just an awesome job. So also, I want to thank you all who have been taking advantage of my prophetic advisement business on YouTube. You won't be able to see it now. I'm kind of pausing because I have to remember, on YouTube, you won't see the button to make an appointment until after the live is finished. And then the button will be there when I'm not streaming. And if you want to make an appointment, you can click the button. It says prophetic schedule, prophetic advisement schedule. That's what's actually on the button. Those of you on Facebook, if you want afterwards, you can go over to YouTube and click the button and make an appointment. What you get with prophetic advisement, which I've been doing for years and years, is the word of the Lord for your life. I get in prayer. I'm not giving any opinion at all. And I'm asking God, what does he have to say about you? What does he want you to know? And then I release that in the beginning of the advisement, and then we talk about it, because typically it's pretty long. And thank you for the hearts. It's pretty long. And then we go from top to bottom and go through it. Many times the Lord will release a word of knowledge, so you'll know that it's him. And then we go from there with a word of wisdom and advisement. So it's about a 45-minute session. And you can, if you're interested, you can go on my YouTube after I'm done. Hey, Prophet Vanessa, you can go on my YouTube after I'm done, and you can make an appointment. Something else that I wanted to mention. Let me think. Because I like to always make announcements. I know on Thursday, I want to also announce that our pastor prophetess Yolanda has a series called I Am That Woman on Facebook. If you're not her friend, go on Facebook and request a friend request. Also, she has YJG Ministry, Yolanda Garner Ministries, and then you can also just go on her page and request to be her friend. And you can watch her on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. That's every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. I'm imagining she's possibly not going to be broadcasting this week because it's Thanksgiving, but you can pick up on next Thursday. And that's it as we begin. Hey, April, you got on, my cousin, because I sent you a text. Yeah. And I wanted to tell you, you said it's Tuesday for November, then back to Thursday. Oh, that's right. Thanks, Kamitha. It's going to be tomorrow night for Prophetess Yolanda. So you can check her out on Facebook tomorrow night. It's Tuesdays, that's right, for the month of November. So you can catch her tomorrow at 7 p.m. on her Facebook page. Hey, Gloria. And it's fantastic. And then she'll be back on Thursdays in December. April, I did a pop-up. Look at my pop-up. Underneath this one, when you get done, I called you out. I called you all the way out about your book. And I was saying that, I said, I'm getting ready to call my cousin out and ask her, did she get through with her book yet? And you weren't on there, but I said, if you happen to see the replay, so I'm glad that you did get a chance to get on. I don't know what time zone you're in. I think what are you in Mountain Time where you are? And I was saying, I'm done with my book. And they just sent back the proofs and the edits yesterday. So excited. And so now I can go ahead. Yeah, you need to be laughing. And now they said, go through our edits and approve it so it can go to formatting so we can get ready for print. So we're right on schedule to release it on December the 15th. I'm really happy about that. So, oh, your Pacific time. Okay. So that means it's 5:37 where you are, correct? So yeah, when we get done, go on there and look at, hey, Pam, go on there and look at that YouTube video. The Facebook video. It's only like, 6 minutes long, and you'll laugh. Okay, so we are going to get started. The Lord gave me the word deconstruction. And, excuse me. I said, you know what? Deconstruction, Lord, what are you talking about with deconstruction? And I talked to many of you guys, not just on Monday nights. Many of us are our personal friends. Some of you, I have a very small circle of friends, and some of you I'm very, very intimately involved. You in my life and me in your life. And so then my family is on here, and lots of things that we know that are going on in each other's lives. And when I heard the Lord talk about he has to deconstruct some things in your life, and he had spoke that word to me last week, deconstruct some things in your life for a reason. And I started thinking, I said, have you ever experienced stuff falling apart in your life? I know all of us have. You guys know I'm the type, you can talk back to me. I'm going to put this music on mute. And I don't have rights to this music, by the way. I have to say that for YouTube. But a relationship, a marriage, a business, your job. All of us, in one of those things that I just called out, you've had to have some experience where you've had stuff fall apart in your life, and when I thought about the Lord saying that he deconstructs stuff for us for a reason, I started thinking about, okay, so what do you mean, Lord, by deconstructing? And deconstruction can even look like a death, of some things just starting to evaporate in your life, starting to die. And let me give you a tip before we get into this, because like I said, you guys know my mantra is we start out one place and we end up somewhere else. Hey, Pastor Yolanda, I just finished giving your announcement. Hey, Angela, let me give you a tip about a dream. When you dream of a death, okay, one time I had a dream, I'll make this really quick, that I saw my friend dead, one of my friends from high school. And I called a mutual friend and said, oh my God, I had a dream that, our mutual friend died. I saw her in the casket at the funeral, the whole nine. And that's all the dream was. So before I knew how to interpret dreams, you're welcome, Pastor. Before I knew how to interpret dreams well, because this is quite a while ago, I automatically assumed she was going to die. I said, oh my God, this person is going to die. When you have a dream of someone or something that dies, and we're going to just use someone, most of the time that represents the end of a relationship. Now, it doesn't have to mean the severance of the relationship altogether. And I've had it happen in one of two ways. It's going to be either the severance of a relationship where that person is going to ghost your life. And for one reason or another, most of the time, it could be something, well, I shouldn't say most of the time it's something they've done. It could be something we've done. But it's usually a personal situation. It's some type of falling out. It's some type of disagreement. And when you dream of them dying, of that person actually dying, and you see them dead, it represents the death of the relationship, either permanently, or I've had it where it was a permanent relationship ending. I have never heard from that person again. And we have been friends since we were 6 years old. Never heard from them again. It's been probably 9 years now. They just completely walked away. And then I've had it where I dreamt of a death, and it was the death of the relationship as I knew it. So you can have a dream of a person dying, and it could be the death of the relationship that God is going to completely make the relationship over. And it's going to be something totally different, and it's always going to be for the better. Because in that case, if that relationship were to continue the way that it is, it's going to end badly for both of you. So if you have a dream of a death, do not take it literal. And so when the Lord was talking about deconstruct things in your life, relationship, a marriage, a business, your position at work, what does the word deconstruct mean? I'm going to get into that in a minute. And let me add this regarding losing a loved one to premature death. As you all know, that I've recently lost someone very dear to me. We all did in our family. To a premature death. And many of us have went through that, don't understand it. And I've been meditating on this subject, especially since my family has lost 5 young people, 5. And this is what I concluded. Proverbs 18:21 has a strong impact on the life of man, on our life, on other people's lives. And there's nothing you can do to change that outcome if they have made an edict over their life or a declaration over their life. You can prolong it, but if they've made a declaration according to Proverbs 18:21 with words, and they don't change it, they don't renounce it, and they continue to live in a way where they're not praying to break that thing or renounce that thing. And no one knows what is secretly going on in a person's head, even our loved ones. And I'll give you a quick example with my ex-husband years and years ago. He died 11 months ago. And years ago, we were fighting one time in the car about his drug use. And he screamed at me and said, "I love doing it and I'm going to die doing it." And when he said those words, it was an edict over his life. It was a declaration. And it seared me like an iron. And me being prophetic, I knew the weight of that. And I just sat there and wept. And sure enough, 10 months ago, he died doing drugs. So you have to know what is going on in the person's personal life. We don't know what words that our loved ones have spoken over their life. I was in a class with a professor, and she said, "I have a deathly fear of getting hit by a car. I just believe I'm going to cross the street and get hit by a car." She crossed the street and got hit by a car 3 years later, and is an invalid today because of the words that she spoke out of her mouth. Unfortunately, the power of those words, if they're not canceled by the owner, even certain actions will result in something unwanted. Even certain actions. Think about Job. If you go back and really read through that story of Job, what did he do? He made sacrifices every day out of fear that his kids had sinned against God. Who told him his kids had sinned against God? He made sacrifices for them, atonement for them, just in case my kids have sinned against the Father. And that was fear. That fear took place. And what is the scripture? The very thing that I feared has come upon me. Words. So here's the thing. After we have lost people for whatever reason, and thank God that the family members, most of the family members that I can speak of, most of them I don't know about every last one of them, were able to get their lives straight. They were saved. They went to heaven. They're at peace. And then God strengthens us and rebuilds us afterwards. I just felt like I needed to say that when I'm talking about deconstructing some things. Because when it comes to losing people, that's their life and their walk and their words. And you can only say and do so much. But then it's on that person to do what they need to do in order to get where they need to get. They have the power to stop things, the power to cancel stuff. So I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to put that in there before we go on. So let's go here. Whenever you begin to experience a deconstruction in any area of your life, it's because God is getting ready to reconstruct. Deconstruct. What does it mean? What's the definition of deconstruct? To take apart in order to expose its flaws and inconsistencies. Deconstruction is to take something apart in order to expose its flaws, its failures, its inconsistencies, its problems. It's to lay the thing bare. God will do that in friendships. He will do that in marriages. He will begin to pick apart and deconstruct because he wants that friendship or that marriage or that relationship to be honorable, to be something where both people grow, both people love, both people honor him, and they can teach others how to walk that way. And how can you teach somebody anything if you don't go through the deconstruction, which is tough about it? You know what? I'm gonna stop right here. April, I don't know if you can stay on this call the whole time, so I'm gonna release this prophetic word that I'm hearing about you. I don't know what you and you guys forgive me. I'm gonna get back to teaching in 1 second. I don't know if you and your husband Herb, tell him I said hi, are thinking about doing anything with singing. But as I was teaching, I mean, I know you sing, I know you guys sing, I know you're in the ministry, but when all this COVID stuff is over with, I see you on the road. I see you and Herb on the road. That's what I need to just stop right now and get it out. I see you guys on the road with a team in the ministry. You guys are not supposed to be anchored in the ministry at a church where you don't have the ability to be fluid, the ability to travel. As I'm talking, I do see you guys with the ministry, though. I didn't think I was going to hear that. I do see you guys. I don't know if you guys have a ministry now, if you have a church now, but I do see you with a ministry, with an anchored ministry. But you're gonna have a team that can help you be fluid and come in and out. You guys have an evangelistic anointing on you. It's a strong evangelistic anointing. You have an anointing where you just go, you are fishers of men, where you can just go out and get people saved and bring them back in. And that is the reason why I see the Lord taking you. It's like saying taking you on the road when this stuff is over, because we're going to see a break in this. We're going to see a break in this virus. It's like I was joking with some friends the other day because one of the prophets said it's going to be like which I'm actually bringing Noah in here in a minute, when Noah sent the dove out and he came back and didn't have no twig, no nothing, because he couldn't land nowhere because it was still water. It's gonna, and then he kept sending him back out till he came back with a twig. For you, April, it's like when this stuff is over, we were hearing like we're gonna get a break in the coronavirus around April. We're going to start to see some things turn around. Y'all, we're still going to be wearing masks for Valentine's Day. So you might as well get your little hearts and your cards together and pass them out with your mask on. But by the time we get into the spring, so I don't know when, April, for you and Herb, this is going to take place. You guys are some prayer warriors. You know how to get in there and hear from God. But you absolutely are going to have a team where you're going to be going on the road, going in and ministering even prophetically in song, ministering to evangelize. You're going to have a ministry where you go in, where they're going to invite you to come in churches. It's going to be, whatever you do, don't be religious. Get your mind out of religion and open your mind up to be, open to God, to do things differently, because he wants you to pull people out of the world that are basically sick of church and are looking for God, looking for Jesus, looking for the real thing. And you guys will be able to do that through song. through song and the things that you're going to do while you're on the road. Pray and get the whole vision of this thing, because God just given it to me in part. But you're going to have two things. You're going to have a anchored ministry where I see you in a building. So you're going to have an anchored ministry where people are working with you, but you're also going to have a traveling ministry, which is going to really take you on the road a lot. So you're going to need a home-based team to be able to hold down the fort while you and your husband and the team go. And you're going to have to learn how to get rest, because it's really going to tax you. April, this is really going to tax you. You said this is what we've been doing with the homeless here in Las Vegas. Yes, yes, yes. So with you being with the homeless, and I saw you, ministering to women that have on backless dresses, splits up the side, and won't go in church because the saints will talk about them like a dog. So that's not what we're supposed to do. The Lord says, come as you are. So that is your ministry, you and your husbands, and it's going to be so exciting. But open your mind up even more. April, when you get in prayer, tell your husband you get in prayer, what you hear dropped in your spirit, go with it. Don't question it. Don't question faith. Write it down. The stuff that the Lord is, I know I'm howling, but I'm like excited. Write down the stuff that the Lord is giving you for you all to do, because it's going to be a lot. And you've got to get rest. April, I hear this over again. You have got to get rest. So start now training your body how to rest. Go to bed at a certain time. I know it's hard. Train your body how to turn your mind off. Get rest, because what's ahead of you is going to be a really heavy schedule. It's going to be a whole lot of fun in God. Okay. So let me get back, because I didn't know if you were going to get off of here or not. And I want to get that out if you had to go before I get done. Okay. So deconstruction, God picks your stuff apart. Okay. He tears it apart. And when the deconstruction happens, we want to just fall out. We want to quit. We want to walk away. That's why people get divorced. And don't wait. Don't hang in there. Hey, Chantel. Don't hang in there and wait until the process is done. Don't want to do the work because it's too hard. I'm saying hi to my YouTube people. Don't want to do the work and want to jump up and leave because the deconstruction is rough. Whenever God begins to deconstruct stuff, he is deconstructing it in order to reconstruct. What does the word reconstruct mean? Build something again after it has been destroyed. You have to make a choice to either hang in there and let God do the work, or you're going to walk away. When you start to see something dying, what is your inclination? When you start seeing stuff dying, you want to automatically save it. If it's a marriage and you start to see it fall apart, if it's a friendship and you start to see the person walk away, even though they're going to come back, but you don't know that, you automatically want to save it, give it CPR. And if it dies, we want to resurrect it. If the marriage is dying, what do we want to do? Like you jump over a body and start giving it mouth to mouth. But the problem with resurrecting something, if you resurrect that thing in its dying state, whatever was wrong with that thing also gets resurrected. Whatever is wrong with it also gets resurrected. I think about when people are cold blue and they bring them back. When they brought them back, everything that was wrong with them before they went into cold blue is still wrong with them. Bringing them back didn't heal them. Bringing them back didn't fix them. All it did was put them on some type of life support. We hold on to stuff for dear life. Why? Because we have a fear of failure. Because what does that mean? Failure means that there's something wrong with us, right? God forbid. We don't want to be associated with failure. This thing failed because there was something wrong with me. This thing didn't work out because there was something wrong with me. And that's why we try so hard to resurrect it. When God deconstructs something in your life, it's because the composition of that thing will not survive long term. It has to be torn apart and rebuilt. If God is going to change the path of your life, if you have chosen a path that God didn't choose for you, that this is not your calling, He's going to deconstruct that whole life that you have built for yourself. And it's going to feel like the skin is literally being torn off of you. He's going to force you to go into a new path, the path that he created for you. And it's hair raising when you're in the deconstruction process. That happened to me with my salon, the brick and mortar, 7 years. He let that whole thing fall apart and deconstructed it, let it die because he had something totally different for me. That was a vision that my mom had, and I was trying to keep that going in my life, and it worked for a time. There's some things that God will let you do for a season because it was your idea. But when it's time to live your calling, when it's time for you to operate in your purpose, when it's time for you to walk in your kingdom mandate, he's going to deconstruct everything in your life. He's going to take that man out of your life. He's going to take that woman out of your life. He's going to take that relationship out of your life. He's going to deconstruct that business, everything. He's going to tear all of that down because he's going to reconstruct things for you. If we stay in the way things are, those things will not survive in their state, in their natural state, in the state they're in, and you won't be happy. You will not be happy. God is taking the church through a dismantling and a deconstruction. Think about it. What is happening? The brick and mortar pulpit has been shut down. Number one. Number two, in-person conferences have been shut down. Number three, travel has been shut down, although people are still trying to travel. And just a shout out for all of us on here, if we go somewhere, we're supposed to do COVID testing when we come back and quarantine for 14 days. I'm not even going to my family's house for Thanksgiving because somebody's relative I'm trying to watch my words, y'all. Y'all know because when I pause, I'm thinking. Somebody's relative in our family got COVID. And they're around that person all the time. So I said, okay, you know what? First time in my life, I'm going to be at home by myself for Thanksgiving. I'm going to do what I need to do. Number four, church fashion shows, all the extracurricular activities that the churches love to do, that we love to do, shut down. 5, a lot of the fighting and arguing with people, guess what? You can't see one another. So guess what? That's been shut down. All that bickering, all that backbiting, all that talking about people, a lot of that has been shut down because you can't see these people. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what's going on. It's been shut down. Some churches have folded. Number 6, I'm naming things that I've noticed. And I know you all have had to notice this thing. God deconstructing. Who can shut down the global church? Who can shut down all the churches in the world? And I'm not talking this thing like I'm happy or gloating. I'm telling y'all what we have to look at as people of God. Nobody can shut down all the churches in the world, from Europe to the US, North America, Africa, everywhere. But God. People trying to say it was Satan. He ain't got that kind of power. Some churches have folded because they have no virtual presence. They never had any. I remember we were talking 2 years ago. If y'all ain't online, y'all need to get online. We didn't even know this was coming. We were just talking about being up with the times, changing. Not being antiquated any longer, coming out of the same old ritual, the stuff we've been doing for 25, 35 years. We were saying you need to get online, have an online campus. 2 years ago, lots of churches, we were talking about it. And now some of the churches that didn't take the advice, didn't get online, didn't have a virtual presence, folded. Because not only did they not have a virtual presence, they didn't have the resources to get one, nor did they have the expertise on how to operate virtually. They had nothing. Didn't even have a Facebook page. Number 7, some people have taken this opportunity to leave, ghost. Just leave the church. You don't even know it because you can't see them. And what kind of relationship do we have with all of our people? I'm talking about like if I was a pastor and I had like 100 people, would I have a relationship with all of them to know if 5 of them are gone? Number 8, people are exploring other ministries in the comfort of their home. Nobody knows. Do you think God has shut the global church and the global pulpit down just for us to go back to the way it was when we get a chance to reconvene? Just for us to give it CPR and resurrect it? Do you think that is what God is intending for us to do? In Genesis chapter 6, when Noah was building the ark, what were the people doing? April, you said the mega churches are folding. Yes. What were the people doing when Noah was building the ark? They were still getting married, still going to parties, still going to their job, walking by the ark every day laughing, doing the same thing. The same thing. No change. And yet he was building. And you know that ark took years. God is so patient. Even in deconstructing our life, even in deconstructing something in our life, he's patient. He doesn't rip that thing to shreds in 30 days or rip it to shreds in 2 weeks or even rip it to shreds in a year. When God deconstructs a marriage or deconstructs a relationship, it sometimes takes years for that marriage to totally be reconstructed after it was completely torn apart and rebuilt. A friendship can take months and months and months to be rebuilt. But the thing that we have to do is to do the work. Being married, having friendships, relationships on your job, working with coworkers, all that requires hard work. Forgiveness, honor, loyalty. It's hard work. It is so easy to walk away from something. It is so easy to write stuff off. It's easy to write people off. It's easy to write off a job. I ain't got to take this. I'm getting ready to quit. I'm putting in my 2-week notice. I'm getting ready to collect unemployment. It's easy to quit. They kept on walking by Noah. Every day he's pounding. He's working. He's building that ark. People were mocking him. They were laughing at him. But what did Noah do? He just kept on building. Kept on building. Because God was deconstructing something all around him. And people weren't paying any attention in order for him to reconstruct. When you begin to see something coming to an end in your life, don't panic. Reposition yourself for the dismantling because you're getting ready to get blessed. Did y'all hear me? Don't panic because you are getting ready to get blessed. I'm going to say it for the people in the back. Don't panic. Don't try to give it CPR because you are getting ready to get blessed. Let God do that work of deconstructing. Let him dismantle it. It hurts to watch something fall apart, to watch a relationship suffer. But when we get in there and hear God, hear what he's saying, and begin to do what he's saying and trust that what he's telling us is going to end up for our good, you're going to be blessed. April, you said, keep calm. God has something in the making. Absolutely. You're going to be blessed. But it's like I said, it's so easy to walk away. We don't stay in there and hang in there and do the work. We don't do the work. Brianna Denise, you're waiting on something that's getting ready to come to pass. I don't know what that is. I just heard the Lord say you've been waiting on something. And he's getting ready to give you whatever that is. He's not revealing it to me. You've been waiting. You've been in waiting for something. Then you're getting ready to get it. God said he's pleased that you have been in waiting. You have been patient. I hear him say you almost gave up. He said, when I saw your name, I don't know who you are, but the Lord said he's getting ready to bless you. You're getting ready to get something you've been waiting on. I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, start praising the Lord now because you're getting ready to get it. He's getting ready to give it to you. I'm not going to give you no time on it because I just, even if I hear it, I won't release it because I just have a problem with that. Because I guess because people have given me time so much, like I told you guys before, and I'm like, whatever, because it didn't happen on them times. But a sure word, yes, I'll release a sure word. You're waiting on something, you're getting ready to get it. Time is up. The wait is over. The Lord said the time is up for that thing. So I'm going to tell you all, let the deconstruction happen. Let the deconstruction happen. You're welcome, Brianna. Let it happen. Don't try to stop God. Don't try to save it. Don't try to give it CPR. Don't try to fix it. I think about all the times that I gave CPR to my marriage. If I had to probably just let it go and let it die in the state it was in, it may have been saved. But I enabled him by doing my own fixing. Instead of letting God fix me, I'm trying to fix somebody else. You know, when you go to God in prayer, you cannot go to God in prayer talking about somebody else. I know I can't. I cannot go to God in prayer and say, you know what, God, I'm about tired of this. I need you to do such and such about. No. When I go to God in prayer, I got to go to God about me, nobody else. You know, the word says to put your stuff down at the altar and go get that thing right. Don't come here talking to me about it. And the same thing when it comes to deconstruction, stuff in your life that's going to be deconstructed. Trust and believe you had something to do with it. I know I did. Part of the deconstructing is for us as well. It's not for us to sit on the sideline with our arms folded waiting for God to get done working. We are part of the deconstruction as well. That's why it's so uncomfortable. That's why our hair stands up on end when we see stuff falling apart and want to fix it. You hear all the time, even with marriage counseling, the first thing the person wants to do is talk about what's wrong with their spouse. God has taken me through so much and shown me about myself that if the first thing I want to do is talk about what's wrong with the other person, that shows how small of an individual I am, how immature I am when I just want to talk about what's wrong with the other person. We ought to have a contrite heart, meaning that if stuff falls apart in an argument, no matter who it's with, husband, wife, friend, associate, coworker, the first thing you need to be doing is saying, God, what did I do? I know what I did. Help me fix this. Help me not do that again. Forget all about what happened with that other person. We're the ones who have to be deconstructed so we can be reconstructed and be able to teach and help others. And I told someone the other day, God is not going to work for me as long as I'm in there trying to fix it. As long as I'm running my mouth, God is not going to do anything. As long as I'm talking about the other person, God is not going to do anything. No matter who it is, he's like, okay, I'm going to sit back and let you handle that. Because you seem like you know what you're doing. I feel that in my spirit, y'all. Y'all have to feel that. That's why the scripture's in there, hold your peace and let the Lord fight your battle. Vengeance is mine. And when you step out of that thing and let God do the work, he will truly do the work. When you're not doing anything, when you're being quiet, when you're doing the word, when you're just overcoming evil with good, loving on the person. This is not even part of my lesson. So this is for somebody, because I'm going a different way, a little bit of different way. The mirror effect. Look at yourself first. Ask God to show you. Yes, yes, cousin. So as I bring this to a close, if you fight against dismantling, the only thing you have left is a body on life support. And when something is only existing because it's on life support, it's no good. It can't get up. It can't walk. It can't function normally. It can't talk. It can't bring joy. It can't experience joy. It can only lay there. Don't keep your stuff on life support. Don't jump in the way and push God out the way and get the tongs and clear, boom, to try to bring it back to life. Let the dismantling happen so the reconstruction can begin. So your blessing can come. So your blessing can come. So your blessing can come. So that is the end of my teaching. Araceli Garcia, I don't know who you are. I think it's the first time that you are on my live, possibly. The Lord is going to fix a relationship in your family with you and someone else. Something's going on with you and someone else in your family, and God said He's going to fix that thing before the year is out. Before now, so I don't give time. Before the year is out, make a step towards that person for Thanksgiving. But it's a relationship issue between you and someone else that's not good. Then God said He's going to fix that. He's going to fix that for you. He's going to work that thing out because He wants the two of you. He wants that mended because there's some great things in the future for both of you. But that relationship tear is blocking it. Whatever that is blocking it because it's on the other side of the mending. The blessing is on the other side of the reconciliation, but that reconciliation has to happen, Araceli. It has to happen. The Lord said. He said, so open up your heart and release and forgive and make room for the reconciliation because there's a great blessing coming on the other side of that. So that's it. I know my YouTube people, I was looking up in the camera and Facebook more than down to you, but you guys know I love everybody. I'm trying to look at both of these camera focuses and do something different, broadcasting simultaneously in both places. So I hope that blessed you. Hey, Erica, I hope that blessed you. If any of you have a dream and you would like for me to interpret the dream, you can send it to dreamsinslumber@gmail.com. I don't charge, it's free. Dreams, DREAMSIN slumber@gmail.com, and I will interpret your dreams. From those of you that are new on here, I have the gift to interpret. I'm a professor of dream interpretation. I've been doing it for 20 years. I have a book coming out called We Dream, Understanding God's Voice in the Night. It will be on Amazon on the 15th of December. Well, it's going to be released the 15th. I'm not sure. Love you too, Prophet Kelly. I'm not sure if it's going to be ready on Amazon the 15th, but December 1st, I'm going to be taking pre-orders. So I will be saying that, be little pop-up videos so you guys can kind of like catch me on Facebook with the pop-up videos. But my class will be ready right after the book releases, and I'm going to be doing an online class with 4 modules, and you can sign up and take the online classes. It's an awesome class. I got some beginner stuff in there and some advanced stuff in there. You said get Streamlabs, cousin. You will be able to stream on all of your social medias all at one time. It's a free platform. Yes, thank you. Yes, I will do that definitely. So yeah, my class starts right after the book comes out. So the book is going to be don't quote me, but I think the book is $12.99. That's on the price point that I have set it at. So I don't know what the class is yet. I have to let you know. It's going to be a 4-week class, and you can take it online naturally because we're going to be online for quite a while with everything. So even if we didn't have the pandemic, I was going to do it online because I've been doing it online for years, but I never actually monetized it in this way. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you don't mind, share this for me on your page for a couple of days, and other people can get this word about deconstruction because it's so important. I've been letting God deconstruct stuff in my life for like the last 2-3 years. It's been really uncomfortable, but it's been such a blessing, and it's been such a growth period for me. And I trust the same will happen for you. Thank you for the heart so much. God bless you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. God bless. Hey, hey, hey.